Hi gorgeous, and a very happy Frugal Friday to you. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I make videos like this every Friday focusing on drugstore products, so please subscribe to be notified of new videos in the future. Today it's another half-face high-end, half-face drugstore. I haven't done one of these in a while and I wanted to start picking these up again. I'll be showing you some real affordable options for high-end counterparts, and I've also included a wear test at the end of the video so you can see how the drugstore side really does hold up to the high-end side. And I have a whole playlist of videos just like this, so if you happen to miss past ones that I've done, I'll have that linked for you below as well. But for now, let's jump right on into the tutorial. Okay, is the microphone on? First time I recorded this video, I didn't turn the microphone on, so I'm having to record it again. As with all of my half and half videos, I'm not going to tell you which side is drugstore and which side is high-end as I'm applying the products, because I feel like there's a lot of preconceptions going around about drugstore products and that they're not as good as high-end, and I am here to break that mindset for you. Open your mind, look at things a little bit differently, realize that price tags do not always tell you the quality of cosmetics. I do already have a face moisturizer, under eye cream, and eyelid primer applied. I don't have a dupe for everything that I'm applying within this video, so if you see me skip over the brows or the lashes and things like that, you want to know what I'm using, I'll have those items listed for you below, but I'm not going to be specifically mentioning them if they don't have a dupe. First two products I'm using in this half and half video are the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette and Makeup Revolution's counterpart in their Chocolate and Peaches palette. Side by side, you can see that these two are not 100% identical. They have similar eyeshadows between the two, but the placement is off in the palettes. So where you might see one eyeshadow in the Too Faced palette, it may not be located in the same spot as the Makeup Revolution palette, but for the most part, there are some excellent dupes between these two palettes. All right, so let's zoom in here. Oh, whoa! So the first shade I'm taking from both of these palettes are Soft and Just Peachy, and I'm going to be applying these colors on the inner third of the lid, like that. Inner half, let's bring it all the way into the inner half. Why not? Now I admit, I did not like the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette the first time I tried it. If you remember the video I made on it, didn't care for it at all. But I'm warming up to it, a little bit at a time. I think it's because I'm getting into all of these really warm colors for summer right now. Next shade I'm taking is Candied Peach and Peach, and applying it to the outer half of the lid. Then I'm gonna blend it back into that pink shade I applied on the inner half there. I had to use this color. I felt like I could not do a half and half video with these palettes and not use these colors, because these two colors I feel like are the most beautiful ones in the entire palette. For the next eyeshadow, I'm taking Summer Yum and Luscious, and I'm applying this color into the crease. And it's a red toned neutral. Really pretty when you pair it up with these peach and orange eyeshadows. Ah, it's so pretty. I know it doesn't look like much now. Eyeshadow looks are ones that you just can't judge them until you get them complete. But when the whole thing comes together at the end, you'll see what I'm talking about. It was one of those looks where I didn't want to wash it off at the end of the day. You ever get looks like that where you're just like, no, I don't want to take my makeup off. Now that I have that done, I'm going back with a blank brush, nothing on this brush, and using that to diffuse the harsh edges of that crease color, blend it out. And both of these palettes, by the way, blend real nicely. I haven't had any issues with any of the eyeshadows in either of these palettes. The last two eyeshadows I'm going to use from these palettes are Peach Pit and Taste. It's almost like a purple brown color. It's very interesting. I don't have anything else like that in my collection. And I'm applying this very lightly into the outer corner. Give the eye a little definition here. And if you wanted to skip this step, you absolutely could. I mean, the whole look is really pretty, even without adding this color into the outer corner. I personally like to have a little definition here, which is why I'm adding it. And for the upper lash line, I'm going to add a black liquid eyeliner to break up some of the color and make this look a little more wearable. And to do that, I'm using the Kat Von D Tattoo liquid eyeliner, and this is in the shade Trooper. And I'm comparing it with one of the L'Oreal Infallible Paint liquid eyeliners in the shade Black Party. And I feel like this is a dupe for the Kat Von D liquid eyeliner. It's extremely black in pigment, lasts a ridiculously long time on the eyes. It's really hard to remove at the end of the day. So we're gonna see how they compare to one another. I'm not gonna show you the application because it'll give it away, but I'll show you what they look like swatched side by side here so you can see what I'm talking about. All right, this is Kat Von D. Great black pigmented line. And then this is the L'Oreal one. Yes. If I were going to be really picky about this, I could tell you that L'Oreal's version is a little more blue toned. It's not a straight black pigment like the Kat Von D liquid eyeliner, but I mean really, after application, you just can't tell between the two. For the face, I'm going to apply a face primer. I should have done this in the beginning, but I forgot. The face primers I'm comparing for you in this video are one from Makeup Forever and Rimmel's Lasting Finish. Big price difference between these two, but I feel like they perform identically. I'm not going to show you the application because that will just straight up give it away. I'm going to keep you guessing. Just know that I am applying one of each of these primers to each side of my face. I get asked all the time why I do my eyes first and my face last. It's because I'm so messy with eyeshadow application. I tend to get it everywhere, and I feel like doing your face last gives your face a more polished appearance. Personal preference, but that's personally why I do it. The two foundations that I'm comparing today are from Makeup Forever and Revlon's Photo Ready. The Revlon shade is in Ivory and Makeup Forever's is in Y205. That's all it says on the bottle. And we'll start on this side of the face. That is way too much foundation. I'm not applying all of that. I'm gonna apply a lot less than that. And blending. Blends in pretty well. Liking it. Looks good. And the other side, same thing. I'm not gonna apply too much of this either. A little bit goes a long way. Blending. It's so white. Oh my. I'm wearing a sunless tanner too, by the way, right now. So if it looks like my face is really white compared to my neck, that's why. Just realize I don't always look like this from the neck down, but I wanted some color for 4th of July, so I did. I don't do sunless tanner too often, but it's like makeup on your face. Sometimes you want to put makeup on your body. Nothing wrong with that. For my under eye concealer, I have a really cheap dupe to share with you for an extremely expensive one, and that is the Clé de Peau concealer. $70 for this guy. Yes, it's great. It's wonderful, beautiful stuff. But it's expensive. And I'm comparing it with the number 7 Blemish cover. $10, $70. And I'm going to show you this is just as good as this. These are stick concealers, so they look like this. And the only way that I have found to apply them that works 100% all the time, every time, is with my finger. I can't apply them with a sponge or a brush or they start to look really messy underneath my eyes. So what I like to do is take my finger, rub it on top of the concealer stick, warm it up, and then use the warmth of my finger to blend it underneath the eyes. A little bit goes a long way. There's not much on my finger at all. And I'm applying it like so. One eye done over here. You can see the difference already between the two, and applying that over there, blending it in the same way. For my cheeks today, I am comparing one of my most favorite cheek products ever, and that is the NARS Multiple Stick. It's seen better days. This is in the shade Orgasm. I love this color, application, finish. Beautiful. I'm comparing it with the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Mega Stick, and this is in the shade Peach Bums. And you can see side by side here, very similar application, consistency, finished product, everything. These two are identical to one another. And just as a side note, when you are using products like these, oh goodness, it's too much, too much, too much. Remember to apply them, gosh, it's still too much. Ugh. See if I can continue with this thought process here. Remember to apply them before you apply your powder, because if you apply them over top of powder, it can make your face look rather cakey and everything starts to stick together. And oh my gosh, I'm gonna need to blend that a lot more. Woo-hoo-hoo. And now I am ready to set my face, and I'm using the Sonia Kashuk loose powder. I don't have a dupe to share with you, unfortunately, today, so I'm just going to set my face very lightly with this stuff. And usually when I set my face with powder after I've applied cheek products like that, I don't go over the cheek with the powder because I like the highlight effect that I'm getting through that. I may have to go over that a little bit though, because holy moly, it's still too pigmented. It's kind of like wearing really fancy earrings and then you have your hair down the whole time and nobody can see them. Defeats the purpose. Before I do the lips, I'm going to add a little something more to the eyes now that the face is completely done. I'm going back with Peach Pit and Taste and applying a little bit of that onto the lower lash line, like that. And then I'm taking the shades Summer Yum and Luscious and applying them underneath that shade there too. And I'm going to blow it out a little bit with a blank brush here, using that to blend those colors together. Now that that's done, I'm going to finish the look with the lips and have a really great lip dupe to share with you as part of this video. I'm using Maybelline's Blushing Beige, and I'm comparing it with the Too Faced Le Creme lipstick. This is in the shade Naked Dolly. These two are next to near identical to one another. And I'll show you what I mean here on the back of my hand. This is Naked Dolly. It's a really pretty nude peach shade, okay? See that one? And then we got Maybelline here right beside it. I mean, look at that. Real close to one another. All right, what I want you to do right now is pause the video and let me know, is the drugstore side A or is it B? If you guessed that this side is drugstore and this side is high-end, then you are right. And I'll be back shortly to show you how these products wore throughout the day and if you really can save money and get products that are just as good as the high-end ones. So here we are at the 8-hour mark. No lips. Lips just kind of gave up. They walked away after I ate dinner tonight and played with Jet. He basically rubbed them all off too, so. But the rest of my face is good. And you can see drugstore side has really held its own to the high-end side over here. The primer looks fantastic on both sides. It's kept the foundation in place. No movement around the face with the foundations. Very pleased with the Revlon one. Makeup Forever, of course, is not going to move. The concealer, look underneath my eyes here. Clé de Peau, number 7. Number 7 has held its own. It's a beautiful, great dupe for that $70 concealer. The eyes still look spectacular. I do feel like there is a little bit of something going on over here on the drugstore side, a little bit of creasing possibly, but it's kind of doing it over here on the Too Faced side. That pink eyeshadow, for some reason, does not hold up well throughout the day from both palettes. I'm not sure what the reason is for that. Eyeliner looks fantastic. No movement, no creasing, no flaking. You can see what I mean there. Beautiful. Something else we're missing. Blush. Blush. How could I forget to mention the blush? Wet n Wild. NARS. $4. I think it's $39 for that multiple stick. And it's held its own. It's still extremely pigmented, although after the little fiasco that we had with it, I find it hard to believe that it wouldn't be pigmented by the end of the day. But you can see, still very comparable to one another on both sides of my face. By the way, I went ahead and added up each side of my face to see what the savings were going to be. Hello! You still get just as great quality on this side as you do on this side, and look at how much money you've saved. If you enjoyed dupe videos, give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe for more like this in the future. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and I look forward to seeing you again next time.